So, Dragon Quest. It's not a franchise that's ever appeared on your channel, and I assume that's for a good reason.
Haha, yeah, I haven't really played any of them. I played Dragon Quest 1 on the Game Boy Color and didn't complete it and haven't played any of the other ones. So there you go.
You've seen a Let's Play of 8, and I think that's your only other experience with the franchise.
Oh no, I just know of 8 because, like, a lot of people use those characters. I've seen them a bunch. I don't want to say they're the most iconic cast because I don't know, but, like, I think 8's probably popular, right?
Yeah, I think 8 is like the comeback story for Dragon Quest. 7 introduced Party Chat. 8 was the second game with it, so it probably had a more developed cast. Before I ramble too much about history and, you know, the general trajectory of the franchise, I should make it clear, I'm American, so I don't care about Dragon Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Historically, the reason for this has been that Dragon Quest games always take too damn long to come out in the West, so by the time they do, they're outdated and not as cool as the Final Fantasy that's out at the time. My personal beef is that Dragon Quest games never really seem to be about anything in the way the Final Fantasy games are. The themes of any given Dragon Quest game are so bare bones, and in some cases just flat out non-existent, that it's hard for me to really get anything from it. Even just comparing, like, the first two, I know that by the time Final Fantasy 1 had come out, there are already 2 Dragon Quests, but Final Fantasy 1 has a plot twist. It has, like, things that the game is about. Dragon Quest 1 is about nothing.
You fight the Dark Wizard.
Kill the bad guy.
Yeah, he's evil and he's bad and you have to go out alone and fight him. There you go.
The plot twist of Final Fantasy 1 is that you're in a time loop, and that the character you beat in the first, like, 5 minutes of the game has orchestrated this entire thing for, like, and it's played out along, like, millennias. The plot twist of Dragon Quest 1 is that the bad guy can turn into a dragon.
Dang, so can, like, every fucking guy in Fire Emblem. You ain't special.
So despite me not caring about the mainline Dragon Quest games, I should clarify, I have played part of 9, part of 6, I'm currently playing 4. 4 is close to having themes, I will say that. And I have also played part of 1. Never beat a mainline Dragon Quest game because I always lose interest. But despite that, I really like the spin-offs. The Warrior spin-off seems fun, but it's a bit more of a fan service game, so I'm holding off on really playing it until I play more of the mainline games. Dragon Quest Builders is absurdly fun and not at all like Minecraft, despite what it may look like. I promise it's not just a Minecraft clone.
Yeah, everybody who's played it says that, and it just seems neat, yeah.
But you wouldn't believe it unless you'd seen the footage yourself. But aside from those games, there is one Dragon Quest spin-off that I played as a kid that I really adore, and I really wish that an indie dev made a game that played like this game. This is Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. Before Dragon Quest Heroes was the name of the Warrior spin-off, it was the name of the Legend of Zelda-like spin-off. This is a series of action-adventure games. It's a trilogy. There are 3 of them. One for the Game Boy Advance, one for the DS, one for the 3DS. This is the only one to make it to the West. They all revolve around a single slime called Rocket. He has a certain attack that the game itself will explain. That's what all the gameplay is built around. But thankfully we're going to start so I can stop faffing about it.
Alright, so yeah, I'm prepared for this. Slime packed my bags last night, pre-flight.
So first incredible thing, this name entry scene has every letter filled out by the slimes.
Yep.
I had to make sure I showed this off. This is important. I do appreciate that they give you diacritics along with symbols that you wouldn't really need for a name. Along with letters,
and they still form this.
Yes, this is also important. And then I had to show the most important symbols. You can go ahead.
Yeah, so like when I was looking over this footage, this is as far as I went. But yeah, this ruled.
Well, I didn't want to just go with the default name, but I like the implication of the name Rocket, so as far as names like it, there's only one thing we could do. In tribute of the best Ghost Trick character, it's Missile!
Alright, so here's how we unlock the hidden dog slime mode.
So this might be a little jarring, but the game does not blacken the top screen very often. So rather than figure out how to make the bottom screen look good and presentable for those few instances, I decided to just leave it like this. It does give me a chance to talk about 2 emulation problems that you cannot fix. One is shadows. The shadows look fine on a regular DS, but given the way they do it on an emulator, they flicker constantly like that. The other is subliminal messaging. Whenever you transition between areas, there's supposed to be a black screen on an emulator. Sometimes there'll just be a picture there. It'll show up for a second, and then it'll leave.
It'll be a picture of slime bleeding hyper-realistic blood and telling you not to pirate the game.
Anyways, our best friend Hooli has stolen a treasure from the king, and we have to beat him in a game to use this treasure. Anyways, this is the attack. Elastoblast. The entire game is built around the Elastoblast.
Very stretchy boy.
This is a mechanic they're not going to explain for some time. When you knock something in the air, you can pick it back up if you get below it before it touches the ground. And then you can throw it.
This is my tutorial now.
Alright. Time for sweepstakes. We're just cleaning up the leaves. This is just yard work. Hooli is bullying us into doing his chores, I think.
Ah, darn, I thought we were going to be playing Supermarket Sweep.
So if you just start your blast from where you're standing, you'll actually miss the closest bit of leaves. Anyways, I had to do this opening like 3 or 4 times for recording things. This is the worst time I got.
Well, you did better than Hooli, jeez. 60 seconds? Yeah, it's history, because it sucked. It's garbage history for idiots.
Hooli just slowly picked up each leaf individually and set it down very carefully in a different area. Anyways, Hooli has a fairly normal speech pattern, and so does Bo. She just has a couple of little kid things. But Swatsy's British, and this guy is speaking in all caps.
Oh, crumbs.
Alright, gotta hide the flute. Perfect.
Act natural.
No way. There's no way this will backfire.
Big Daddy.
Unfortunate name there you got, buddy. It's shaped exactly like this. What is this? I love this line. Alright, that worked. Goodbye.
Alright, well, just don't steal anything from the king, or you'll be executed by the state. Don't think I won't destroy you.
So yeah, you may notice a lot of... Oh, gotta be quiet. There's no way we can fit in there. Rotation is impossible. I forgot how fast this opening moves. I'm having, like, no chance to talk about the things I'm going to talk about. I'll have time later. Alright, kids, I'm off to fight for our protection.
Get the bat back home. Keep it safe.
Oh, a bat, I could use this.
Oh wow, that was quick.
Alright. The platypunks, the blob is here. The original Japanese, they're just known as the Tail Gang, or the Tail Brigade. Here, they're the Plob, which is a combination of platypunk and mob. So they all talk like Brooklyn gangsters.
Yep, extremely good. Get 'em, boys! Absolutely destroyed. No coming back from this.
So you say. Oh no, the Plob is bringing out their secret weapon.
Oh, that's big. Oh, I know how we have to do this.
Tank.
Where's Bowser? We need him to get big now. It's better not be another one of those fights where you can only use the mic. That one sucked.
Alright, great song coming up, I think. Alright, so this is how we're going to avoid capture and become the slime that saves everyone. Because they're too stupid to know that slimes can change shape.
That doesn't look like the iconic mascot slime. Get rid of it.
That's so lame. You cozy puts. Hurled a few miles. They could have just thrown us in the river and have the river wash us by. We had to be hurled several miles.
They really said, "Oh, worm, yeet."
Oh well, at least we can, move normally. Oh no!
That wasn't us. That was the Plobs. It's not us. It's not our fault.
Smell? Smell? Why does Missile have a unique smell? Alright. We find a treasure chest, we break it open, and free the slime within. Now we gotta get Swatsy back to town. He can't move on his own. Swatsy gives an explanation here. None of the other slimes are gonna give explanations. Anyways, to pick up Swatsy, we have to physically assault him again. Most of the other slimes will just pop out of the chest and land on your head, so you don't have to assault them in the saving process. But Swatsy's here to let you know that if you do have to hit them, they're not going to be mad.
Swatsy's into it. It's fine.
Right. Now you may be wondering, oh god, are we gonna have to come back to the beginning of every stage with every slime? Don't worry about that. That'll be addressed soon enough. But for now, we got a letter from Swatsy.
Damn, he writes fast. Alright, so he's back in Boingburg, which I did read without the I the first time. I was very confused.
He gave us a pom-pom. No, they didn't call it Bogberg, you fucking weed joke gremlin.
I wasn't even trying to make a weed joke. I genuinely saw Bogberg the first time. I was like, okay, Loca's not saying anything, so it's just me, right? And then I saw the eye the second time.
Anyways, say hello to Wise Guy and Babo. I would say these are the tutorial mooks, but like they don't teach us anything until way later in the game.
They teach us about life.
They're just comic relief at this point.
I hope at some point Wise Guy does meet up with a clone of himself so he can say, "Ah, so you think you're Wise Guy, eh?"
If you get close to the slime chest, they will call for help. I don't know why. If you see a slime chest, you'll know it's a slime chest. Anyway, Stoney's here to tell us about the Trans-Siberian Railway. Everything we throw in these carts goes back to town. Got Stoney on top, and off he goes.
Dang, I can't believe all the slimes are trans. Good for them.
I was gonna say this is, like, a PR push for public transit. See how convenient this rail system is?
I guess that's the reason that this game came out in America. Hey, idiots! Your railways fucking suck anymore.
So, I don't believe the first game has a translation patch. The third game does, but it can only be applied on a, like, physical cart with a hacked 3DS. It was not made, with the intention of putting it on a 3DS ROM. Not that I'd ever use one, of course.
Certainly not, never.
But that means it is inaccessible to me, and probably everyone at this point. I think we're past the point where you can get a game like that at any reasonable price. You're gonna have to sell a limb if you want the third game now, sorry.
Alright, can I sell my firstborn for Rocket Slime 3? No, I'm still a little short.
Those slimy guys can walk around with 3 things on their head. Thanks, Wise Guy. That's why they call you Wise Guy. Now he's getting way ahead of it before Peppo starts moving again. He's learned his lesson. No, there's no way we can get around that.
Ah, dang. Babo's pretty smart too. He can't do anything about that.
Anyways, we got 2 pom-poms and an empty treasure chest. These seem important. Let's, missile? Missile.
You doing alright there, buddy?
There we go. Let's throw them on the cart. Oh, I remember what I was trying to show. You can only hold 3, but the carts can actually hold 4.
Ah.
So there's 4, we can't get this 5th thing on there. We gotta wait for another cart. That is so if you have a full, like, head of things, you can just jump on the cart.
Nice.
Mother Superior, top tier pun. Which brings me to what I wanted to talk about earlier. You may have noticed a lot of characters have very distinct manners of speech. Welcome to Dragon Quest. That didn't start until the second round of Dragon Quest translations. The first round were all like faux Elizabethan, a lot of fake thous and thys. At this point, they just decided to make everybody fucking incomprehensible.
Oh, that's a very powerful stat screen.
Yes, this shows you the slime saved, and it shows you the items collected and monsters collected to let you know, hey, you can throw the monsters on the carts too. Don't know why you want to do that, but you can. Anyways, the accents are mostly manageable in this game, but if you played any of the DS remakes, you know they're not afraid to go all in on their accents. It's roughly analogous to my understanding of how the Japanese games, or the Japanese versions of the games, are written. They don't take themselves very seriously, they're all very goofy. Toriyama does the artwork, it looks inherently a little goofy. But it can bring English speakers out of it, because we don't typically draw attention to accents whenever we write the way that Japanese accents have their attention drawn to them when they're written down. Anyways, Superior, Swatsy, and Stony here are explaining the more slimes you bring back, the more of these iron balls can be moved. This is 3 slime tons, so it means it takes 3 slimes to move. That does not include you. Missile does not assist in this. The characters say they have to learn to do things without Missile, and that's your little thing to know. You don't count.
They're independent slimes that don't need no missile.
Well, now it's just the 4 of us, I guess.
Alright, that's just 97 more people, it's fine.
Yeah, we're on our way. Alright. So if you ever played a Dragon Quest game, you know you gotta save with the church. Mother Flute Warrior takes over that role. Not a whole lot of freedom here. That's an item we're gonna want. This is a suspiciously empty part of town. Let's go check out the castle.
Alright, also doing pretty badly.
Yep, not looking great. Hey, Swatsy, what's up? Yeah, I'm sure you've got this all in hand, Swatsy.
I mean, you've got time to fix things up.
Alright, Stony here will tell us of every iron ball that they move. So in case you are a child, which if you're playing this, you're probably a child, and you forget to keep track, he'll let you know. Also, Seed of Life hidden behind the tree. Seed of Life is a heart container, gives you 1 extra hit point. Well, 1 extra heart, which is typically 2 hit points, but things do variable damage in this game.
Alright, and another game where Jesus is the guy you gotta go to save.
Well, this is a goddess, so no Jesus. No slime Jesus, unfortunately. Also, the save dialogue cannot be skipped.
Oh no.
I tried to show that off here. You'll notice the text boxes are moving a lot faster until I hit a certain point where they stopped. I didn't just forget to hit the B button. Hitting the B button doesn't do anything. Anyways, not the most direction, but we've only got 1 place we can go. So back to Forewood Forest.
I mean, we're back here, but whatever are we gonna do about that barricade?
So it's showing off the zooming in and zooming out function of the map. Here is our first enemy, the Platypunk. That is their only attack, and then you can pick them up. They are not very dangerous. You can get money and items if you defeat enemies, but it's typically quicker to just send them back to town. That's a jail cat, and now it's gone.
It's jail cat and it's going to jail. That's what you get for being in a forest.
Yeah, jail cats will wander around and then pounce on you when they see you. Unlike the Platypunks, they don't get dizzy from their attacks, they can do it more often. But they have a different weakness, which we will be seeing eventually.
Slime mice.
Anyways, I hope you like this song because it plays in too many levels of this game.
They were very confident in it.
I do think it is a good, like, beginning of an adventure song, but it plays way too late into the game for that.
I mean, every new place you find is like a new adventure of its own.
I'll draw more attention to it once it actually becomes a problem, but for now, just know, like, hope you don't get sick of this song. So, as you may have already been able to pick up on, this game's, I guess, physics engine is a bit chaotic. You don't really have to throw things onto the cart sometimes because they'll just be knocked onto the cart. Like that.
Dang, nice one.
And, not like that. But if you can knock into enemies, you might be able to guess the enemies can knock into each other. And yes, that does get very hard to manage in some parts of the game. You may have also noticed time passing. Just like Dragon Quest proper, this has a day-night cycle that does affect which enemies spawn.
What a horrible night to be a slime. They're sleeping.
You gotta get a rock bomb, but it's guarded by a mischievous mole. That is the full name of the enemy. There it goes, that's his attack, get it. So, the tail looked relatively normal on the cat. May look a little bit less normal on this mole. Every enemy in this game has fake tails attached to it. Rock bombs can be used to destroy obstacles like that. And we save Baron Bulba. Oh wait, he's royalty, put him back. Alright. Now that cat had a heart because we're carrying catnip. They will now chase us around and not attack, I don't think.
Alright,
if we throw
that's
it on
adorable.
cart, they will chase the cart around and get run over. This game is very systems heavy in the weirdest ways. Like, there's all sorts of things that just interact and change AI patterns and behaviors, and it's all very interesting. Anyways, I forgot to check Mother Glaperior's letter. So let's see what she has to say. We already know about that. So let's see what she has to give us. Oh, it's an empty chest. Alright, Bella, you gotta have something better, right? Hell yeah. Living bomb.
Alright,
So
cool. Thanks.
So rock bombs are enemies in the mainline Dragon Quest games, but here they're just items. I decided to make the extra trip to throw these moles on the cart.
Goodbye.
So you never know when you might need them later.
I do appreciate the enemies just giving every creature a fake tail, though. That's pretty great.
They have to fit in with the rest of the plot.
Yeah. They were originally the tail gang.
The platypunks naturally have tails, not every enemy does, so you have to add tails. Alright, here's the real thing with the mischievous moles. In this area, they will surround you and then attack. This does not go well for them in some cases. I now spend entirely too long trying to get them to blow themselves up.
Gotta make this work.
I don't know about the physics on that one. Okay, there we go.
Absolute
Every
massacre.
I can't believe I got hit. Every enemy has a chance of dropping a lucky bag. These will contain items if you send them back to Koinberg. The drop rate is different for the enemies, and what the bags can contain is different for the enemies. I do not remember the drop rates off the top of my head, and I do not remember the possible components off the top of my head. Because this isn't really the type of game where you have to worry about that too much.
Which, good.
It can be beneficial to learn them, but there's not really a point where you're going to have to learn about drop rates in order to stand a fighting chance in the game. God, there's so many of them. Thankfully, you can just ignore them. They don't jump out until you stand still, so you just keep moving.
We're bothering you. We're bothering you.
Alright. Now the two platypunks. Now that well looks like a Chimera Wing. Chimera Wings are transportation, so if you jump through them, they'll teleport you. Here's a Draki. Goodbye, Draki.
And that's all we have time for on the floor tonight. Sorry, Draki.
You look dejected. He looks like you'd have to apologize to him.
Oh god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not even the one playing the game, but I just feel so bad for him.
And
Oh no.
They kidnapped the slime, so we're kidnapping them right back.
Alright, we're grouping a lot of enemies together, but please do not continue your kidnapping ways when you're back, even though the enemies now vastly outnumber the number of slimes we've sent back. Don't get any funny ideas.
Well, in this world, it seems that if you hold somebody over your head, it renders them completely powerless. So as long as we don't let them do that to us, we're fine.
There's gonna be a rival
points for
slime.
guessing what's gonna happen next.
Oh hey, it's Wispy Woods. We
No,
didn't
it's
even
Bow
touch
Beater.
you. We didn't even ruffle your leaves. Why are you mad?
Alright, so Bow Beater, that's his attack. He moves his arms around, then he swings with his arms. And when he's not swinging them, it's okay to get hit by him. So you can just attack whenever. If you have to do it through his hands, it's fine. But halfway through, he changes the seasons to fall. And now there's leaves all over the... But this doesn't do anything. There's not bombs hidden in here.
You'll want to clean these up instead of doing something useful. Can your gamer brain survive not cleaning these?
Hitting him knocks leaves off, and on the last hit, his face changes.
He's having a bad day.
Alright, well, that was weird. Moving swiftly on. I thought that may have been a healing pad, but it does look like he tried to just run away. Ah, it's the king, his royal wobbliness.
Ah, dang. You're never gonna believe this, but they broke the flute. Wasn't me, it was them. Oh, hi, hello.
Oh no. Alright, boss 2. It is the Platypanzer.
Alright, well, they've run over most of the forest, so bye.
I do appreciate right on your no tails, because we don't have tails, so we can't say right on your tails.
I just feel bad for not having a tail. Got me this time, platypus. Platypi.
Oh no, his back is put out? What's in your back to be put out? Alright, minigame time.
Very crunchy
You
slime.
gotta run all the way to town. They are gonna be throwing rock bombs at us. They are very good at preventing you from just running in a straight line. I don't know if you have to Elasto Blast, but it feels like you have to Elasto Blast.
This is my special ability. Check this out, Your Majesty. Cool, right?
So while watching this, it seems like maybe it might be kind of boring. Playing this was unbelievably stressful. Because, like, those explosions have quite the radius. And they keep getting right next to me. Alright, we made it out of the map, so now they can't hurt us, I guess.
Alright, so Your Majesty, I think anybody who can do some Elasto moves that well shouldn't have to pay taxes. You agree, right?
Anyways, the mole dropped a rock bomb. I'm gonna call them Monty Moles at least once in this Let's Play, because I really want to call them that, even though it's not their name, they're mischievous moles.
Weirdly enough, I'm gonna call them moles playing rough.
Anyways, the enemies that we brought back here have assimilated into Slime Society. He's just there hanging out.
Well, I've been shown kindness, so I see no reason to attack once again.
Okay, you joke, but they say things like that if you talk to them. I'll show that off at some point. Alright, so we gotta start looking for a way to fight back. And there might be a mystic power at the tomb of Tutenschleimen. It's not even a pun, but it pisses me off just as much. Oh, he wants that catnip. There's a sandcastle with an angry face.
Alright, well, I'm gonna kick it over. Here I go.
So this is our next goal. We have to investigate the tomb of Tutenschleimen and see if we find anything that can help us fight the Plob. In the meantime, we get a mandatory Seed of Life.
Oh no, my 4-heart run. Ruined.
So for some reason, one of the graffiti words on there is peace. Why?
I hate peace.
Alright,
Fucking-
Bulls talk about digging all the time.
Fucking
So
slime
is that?
Banksy. Got us again. Bank slime. So how many slimes is it gonna take to move that big iron ball?
There's no number on it, so infinite.
This one's just impossible. Why didn't they make every iron ball out of this material? Why did they not simply just not number them?
I do like how there's no like introductory dialogue for the plot members you recruit. They're all just like, "Hey, nice around the town, didn't it?" And you're just like, "Yeah, cool. Aren't you a bad guy?
Didn't you try to kill me 2 minutes ago?
You don't have a token line about like, oh, hey, thanks for inviting me over. It's nice living here." Anyways, yes, as we add more slimes to this area, there will be more people singing along whenever we save our game.
Nice, 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 nice.
But I believe that's enough for today. So now we can switch the power off, and I will see you next week when we investigate the tomb of Tutenschleimen.